Thor 4 wraps filming. Well, there's not much here, but there's one image that we can look at, and that is this, which which is
Man,
Taika.
like I work out a lot, but that made me feel like I don't work out at all.
Yeah,
You know, but it's actually funny because he's playing Hulk Hogan in a biopic after this movie, so that's
yeah,
probably why he is a lot bigger than usual. So his arm looked pretty good. It was cool to see Taika Waititi there as well, playing the funny rock
Korg.
character. I'm going blank on the name.
Yeah, he's playing Korg.
Or yeah,
He has
like,
that.
did you like Thor 3? Thor 3?
I I didn't hate it, and I also didn't love it. I would have preferred the humor to be toned down a lot because that movie had a lot of great stuff in it. The Ragnarok stuff, Hulk stuff. Um, there's a lot of the Asgard stuff. The stuff with his father. There's a lot of good moments in it, but there's just too much like parody level comedy in that. So I hope that he tones down that stuff in the next movie because that sometimes gets very unbearable.
I disagree. I loved Thor 3. I thought it was the best of the trilogy. Uh, found it. I went to go see it opening night. Place was packed. Everyone was having a good time. Everyone found it funny, and I think I actually think it gave the Thor franchise more legs.
Yes.
I think if it was similar to 1 and 2, that maybe would be the end of it, like the Iron
Yeah.
Man 3 and the Captain America 3. I think this gave it like it's like a reboot
Yeah.
within a
It's the
franchise.
highest grossing
A
one.
fresh start. Exactly. I think this is the way forward. We're going to see him in Guardians 2 as well. Going to be the same kind of element, comedic element, tone and stuff like that. So yeah, I enjoyed Tree. I thought it was badass. Loved the music choices. I thought Hella was pretty good. Kate Blanchett, the CGI monster at the end, stuff like that. I thought it was pretty. It was good fun. Jeff Goldblum was weird as he always is, but I thought it's
It was too
his
weird, like
persona.
parody level. I thought they were just making a Thor parody movie.
That's just the way he is.
Yeah,
I think they just said Jeff, be yourself,
exactly.
and Tessa Thompson was brilliant in it
Yes.
as well. So I really enjoyed the third one, and I can't wait to see the fourth one because Christian Bale is he involved with this one, or is that Guardians?
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
this one, isn't it? Christian
He's
Bale's Christian
playing
Bale's involved with this one.
uh
King or one of the gods or something, isn't it?
yeah, Gordo or
Is it?
something
I
like
can't
that.
remember. It's going to be a CGI character,
Yes.
maybe motion capture. So he's in it. He's involved. The script can't be that bad, or maybe he just wanted that Marvel money. I don't know, but or something for his kids
Yeah.
to watch. That could be it as well. But Natalie Portman's coming back as well. Talks that she will be Lady Thor. Talks of her maybe dealing with this comic storyline of her having cancer, which is hopefully they respect that. We also have Russell Crowe joining the MCU, which is awesome. Matt Damon's probably returning for another cameo. So
Yeah.
this film is stacked. I think there's a few other names I'm probably forgetting now as well. But this film is pretty much stacked. And let's do it. Let's go. The Guardians are appearing as well. I think is Chris Pratt maybe or Rouge or a few of them are appearing too. So let's do it. Let's. I can't wait for this one. This is going to be. I think this is going to be Thor 3 10 times more with with Star Wars elements, with space
Yeah.
elements, with 80s music. I think it's going to be revved up to the last. Look at the look he has there right now. Like it's crazy, and I think it's going to be. I this is it's for all the Marvel movies that are coming. This is the one, second one. Spider-Man 3 and this one are the ones I just can't wait to see. I just really can't wait to see this one. I love Thor 3, and I think Taika Waititi gets a lot of shit, but
Oh,
I think he's a good
yeah,
director, and
he's amazing.
yeah, yeah, and he looks like he's having a good time personally as well. Tessa Thompson and Rita Ora hopefully had a good time directing the movie, and if he can pull off a movie as well as he can pull off,
Being
being with those
viral.
two, then that's for a pretty good movie.
Yeah.
So
Well, it has wrapped now, so maybe hopefully we can see a teaser or something soon. And another movie that wrapped is Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. That's one movie that I'm very much looking forward to. Especially because, there's rumors of Spider-Man being in it, and obviously it's a multiverse movie, so that's got my interest more. Scarlet Witch is probably also going to be in that, so that's also good. And it's also the ending
Yeah,
of the story arc that started with WandaVision, going into Spider-Man 3, and then Doctor Strange 2. So yeah,
yeah.
it wrapped filming. Sam Raimi directed it. There's literally nothing that's not exciting from that movie.
You know what's interesting as well, because like with Thor 4, there was on-set leaks. Remember those leaks that came out of them? Chris Pratt there with Chris Hemsworth. There was some kind of CGI,
Yes.
well, a motion capture kind of dragon or something that's going to be converted into CGI. But we never got one image from Doctor Strange
Yeah.
2, and there was only one. There was only one released from the behind the scenes of Spider-Man 3 by Tom Holland. But these two movies have been closed off
Yeah.
completely. These are shot like somewhere that we don't know
Yeah.
exists.
The
These movies,
pandemic is
because
helping them really.
yeah, and I can guarantee you that's done because of certain stars that are going to show up.
Yeah.
Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, maybe even more. And it's crazy how they kept it like under the carpet, and like nobody has any idea what this movie is really about.
Yeah. Do you think that both the Spider-Man will show up in that movie as well?
I think that I think it would be poetic to have Raimi kind of direct Tobey Maguire again, and I think that was kind of a big ploy to get Tobey to come back. He said he would never come back for Spider-Man 4 unless it was with Sam Raimi. So I think like I wouldn't be surprised if Tobey Maguire doesn't show up in Spider-Man 3 and is only in Doctor Strange 2. I wouldn't be surprised at that, because Tobey's kind of stubborn and stuff that way, and he's great respect for Sam Raimi. But I think there's a good chance of him appearing in both. But yeah, I would say this one and Bruce Campbell as well, who made three cameos in the three Spider-Man movies, different characters. One was like a ring announcer for the wrestling. The other was working at a restaurant. I think he'll appear here again in another cameo. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this, and I hope that Sam Raimi can get some reputation redemption, because he gets a lot of shit for Spider-Man 3.
Yeah, I mean, it would be awesome to see him direct Toby again, and also he's directing Doctor Strange, which is also a fun fact that Steve Ditko was the person who created Spider-Man and Doctor Strange, the characters for the comics. So now, if Sam Raimi does Doctor Strange, he's the only director that directed both a Spider-Man movie and a Doctor Strange movie. So that's a cool little fact for
Yeah,
him.
and it's kind of it's weird how in Spider-Man 2 they're coming up with names for a villain, and Doctor Strange is dropped. You
Yeah.
know, by one of J.K. Simmons, Jonah Jameson's employees. What about Doctor Strange? And he goes, "No, it's
Yes.
taken." That's pretty weird how that worked
Yeah.
out. And I would love to see kind of a reference to that or something again. Something like that'd be cool. But yeah, it's I don't see how like Spider-Man 3 has its problems, but I think that was more
Yeah.
studio meddling and stuff like
I
that. What
still liked it.
Venom pushed in there and
Um,
stuff. Yeah, I like it as well. It gets a bit weird with James Franco when he kind of gets a little bit realizes who Spider-Man is, and he's like so good, it tastes of the pie and stuff like
yeah.
that, dancing. It gets a little weird, but yeah, I think this one will be good, and I hope he brings some of his horror elements into this.
Yeah, I hope so too, but I doubt that's going to happen because the reason why Scott Derrickson left was because he didn't want to Feige didn't want to do the horror thing. So I doubt that that will happen.
Yeah, well, like Sam Raimi is a lot more. No offense to Scott Derrickson, but Sam Raimi is a lot more weight maybe around
Yeah.
Hollywood. Kind of way he's an OG director coming on to a Marvel
Yeah.
movie. I don't think you can push around Sam Raimi too much. And I think for me, it gave me a lot of confidence that he signed on for this a sequel when he wasn't even involved in the first one.
Yeah.
You know, it gives me confidence that he will deliver, and he got a lot. He got his way more than other MCU directors. Maybe.
Yeah. And the first one, the first movie was good. It was a solid solo movie, but I think that the bar is not too high, and he doesn't have to do exceptionally well to make a great movie. So yeah. Um,
That the first one was so trippy.
yes.
All the different, I it's so weird to watch that movie. It's so everything moves around and kind of hard to concentrate.
Yeah. I saw that in the theater and it was a great experience. Gray says, I want to believe the rumors that it's a Spider-Verse movie, but I'm still recovering from Ralph Boner. So are we. I want to see Garfield.
Yeah,
Yes, I am a big Garfield fan, and just seeing him in one scene will make the entire movie for me. So I'm that desperate.
yeah. Same for
Yeah.
Toby. With me, just Toby appearing. Well, yeah, I'll be like a little girl screaming. I will.
I mean,
I love
I
that. I
love
just want to see that.
Toby Spider-Man too, and he was good, but my favorite is Andrew. So I definitely want to see both of them.
Yeah, I like all the Spider-Mans too. It's just
Yeah.
Toby's my Spider-Man.
Becca is also saying the same thing as you. Toby is her
Yeah,
Spider-Man.
yeah. Everyone that agrees with me is right. So,
Well, we'll see who gets the. Of course, Toby will get the upper hand in the movie because it's Sam Raimi and he's the OG, so he'll be the legend.
yeah, and yeah, but I hope Toby signed on in time to actually shoot his
Yeah,
scenes because there's a lot of rumors that he was messing around because he wanted more money, and probably rightfully so because he is kind
yeah,
of the Michael Keaton of the Batman. He's the OG
yeah.
Spider-Man to come back.
And also, he's um, it's Marvel, so they will definitely do their thing to get the talent in, unlike DC.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I talked about that yesterday on the timeline about Jared Leto's shoulder and Henry Cavill's body, and
Yeah,
like that. People, I said it was disrespectful. And people were like, "No, it's not disrespectful. The talent wasn't around to shoot those scenes."
I
Whose
I
fault is
don't
that?
buy that at all.
Who's like, okay, so Henry Cavill wanted like contract sorted out. It's a
Yes,
universe you're
exactly.
building. You would never see Tom or Robert Downey Jr.'s feet in a movie instead of
Yeah,
him. Or like Chris Evans shot a freaking PE
yeah,
video for Homecoming. So like I don't believe that shit whatsoever. You can like you don't need the whole cast and the whole production to go shoot a scene with Henry Cavill or Jared
yeah,
Leto. Like look what Zack Snyder did. It was literally him, a few crew guys, and they had Jared
yeah.
Leto in Joker makeup, and they shot a scene and put it into the movie. And Amber Heard was on her own. And, man, I don't believe that
Yeah.
shit whatsoever.
And it's
It's disrespectful to the fans, and
it's
that's why I like Marvel because they actually
exactly.
there's a universe and they put the characters.
And it's also very lame. It's really a lame excuse because if Henry Cavill was shooting The Witcher for like months, he couldn't take 1 hour out of one day because that's how long it would take to shoot that scene. He just literally had to walk in and then that's it. He couldn't shoot that.
Or like, yeah, or you don't even have to have the two of them on the screen together. You have like
Yeah,
Zachary Levi and hello Superman, and then Henry Cavill here. Put them together. Oh, hello
yeah.
Shazam. Stuff like that's all you have to do.
It's a lame
Uh,
excuse. I don't buy that at all.
that, yeah, that's why the MCU is superior, and that's why the actual Tobey Maguire will show up, not just Tobey Maguire's his head or something.
Yeah.
Like his back, his head. Like, how pissed off would you be if you were watching that and Andrew Garfield's hands showed up on the screen, but you never saw him? And then, oh, there's
Terrible.
there's Parker from Earth